These puppets bring out the inner child in all of us. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Muppet Shows. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're focusing on animated or live-action shows produced by the Jim Henson Company, created by Jim Henson himself, or featuring the famous Muppet characters we know and love.
Do humans get along with other species?
Mostly. In fact, a few species like dogs and cats will sometimes even live with humans.
Number 10. Bear in the Big Blue House. Like most Muppet shows, this Disney Channel series taught us about friendship, love, and living together peacefully. You see, Bear's the head of a house full of kooky animals, and together, they learn valuable life lessons. Bear in the Big Blue House is aimed more towards the preschool and grade school crowds than some Muppet shows, with the characters and the audience learning about the episode's theme together. Thanks to its unique concept and colorful cast, this series warms our hearts and reminds us that the moon, the bear, and the Big Blue House will always be waiting for us to come and play.
We'll be waiting for you to come and play.
Number 9. Sam and Friends. Ever wonder where Kermit got his start? It was on this 5-minute sketch puppet show created by Jim Henson and his future wife Jane Nebel in 1955.
Gee, I see.
It centers on a human Muppet named Sam and his lovable friends, one of whom is a not quite a frog, not quite a lizard named Kermit.
Yes, indeed, but let's not be quite so formal. Why don't you just call me Kermit?
Originally, the characters would lip-sync to existing songs or comedy records, but eventually they moved on to scripted skits and parodies of popular TV shows. The first of Henson's many televised puppet shows, Sam and Friends is not his most famous piece of work, but it opened the door to one historic career.
All right, then, let's do a good job now. Try it, Omar, and give it some gumption.
I can't. Our time is up.
Number 8. The Muppets. It may have been short-lived, but this Muppet series brought Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the rest back to the small screen for the first time since 1998. Only this time they were a bit edgier, what with their wardrobe malfunctions, sexual innuendos, and complicated romantic entanglements and all.
What are you saying? You want to break up?
Feels like we just did.
Taking us behind the scenes of the late-night talk show the Muppets worked together to run, this show was sadly canceled after just one season, and before Kermit and Piggy could officially reunite as a couple.
You think what? I kind of need to know this, Piggy.
Even so, this was a fresh take on some classic characters that brought the Muppets back where they belong.
You know, it was nice that you could see the bigger picture and not get stuck in your own little world.
Oh my gosh, I'm
get stuck in
trending!
your...
I'm beating Malala! Oh!
Okay.
Number 7. Dinosaurs. Although Jim Henson passed away in 1990, this show was his brainchild. It's a traditional formulaic American sitcom where the main family just so happens to be dinosaurs living in 60,000,003 BC. And sure, while the puppets, fourth wall breaks, and silly voices appeal to kids, the show grabs adults by tackling serious issues like sexual harassment, women's rights, and drug use.
You three want to ruin your lives with that plant. I'm not going to stay here and watch it.
Perhaps most poignantly, the show's finale sees the Sinclairs and all of dino kind falling victim to a global cooling that hits fairly close to home. Dinosaurs was an important 90s Muppet gem that's still relevant all these years later.
There's no place to move to. This is the only world we got.
Number 6. Muppets Tonight.
We got a show for you, guaranteed brand new. We're hitting on the Muppets Tonight. Yeah!
A primetime variety series similar to The Muppet Show, with sketches, behind-the-scenes hijinks, and a new celebrity host every week. Muppets Tonight brings back most of the original Muppets, but also introduces a barrage of fun new characters eager to take their place in Henson's world. With Clifford as the show's host in place of the beloved Kermit, audiences and critics had a tough time warming up to the series, and it only lasted 2 years.
Hold on, baby. My own show?
But for all its shortcomings, Muppets Tonight did feature that same Muppet charm. Plus more than enough laughs, songs, and celebs to keep us entertained.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Let me tell you about it.
Number 5. The Jim Henson Hour. Conceptually similar to the Walt Disney Presents TV specials, the Jim Henson Hour was created to show off new things in Muppetville on a weekly basis. Henson himself introduced each episode, which usually consisted of a half hour of the new and improved Muppet Show, called Muppet Television in this iteration, followed by 30 minutes of something that was often much darker. The Jim Henson Hour didn't last a full year, with many viewers left confused by its loosey-goosey structure.
Does this mean I don't get the job?
But the more serious content was new for the Muppets, and a welcome change from the normal silliness. Not that we didn't enjoy the silliness.
Wait a second. Aren't they beautiful? Chickens. Now, wait a minute. Yes. Just a second.
Number 4. Muppet Babies. Inspired by a scene in The Muppets Take Manhattan that shows what the lovable weirdos would have been like as kids, this Saturday morning cartoon features the Muppets before they were big stars. Baby Kermie, Baby Piggy, and the rest all live in a nursery under the watchful eye of a pair of legs known as Nanny, and together, they go on adventures and spoof popular franchises. Ever wanted to see the Muppets take on Star Wars, Star Trek? How about Indiana Jones?
It's Indiana Frog, my hero!
Relatable and fun, Muppet Babies reminds us what a blast it is to have friends and an active imagination.
It's headed straight for us!
Number 3. Fraggle Rock.
Get your cares away, worries for another day.
This Jim Henson masterpiece features the adorable Muppets known as Fraggles, who live in an underground cavern with the Doozers next to the home of an inventor Doc and his dog Sprocket. But it's not just a musical show about a bunch of silly creatures. Fraggle Rock also covers issues like environmentalism, discrimination, and basically, how to live together peacefully, proving that the Muppets are more than just weird-looking puppets.
So depend on a friend who's a friend to his friend indeed.
With a theme that's as appropriate today as it was in the 80s, Fraggle Rock is just the kind of half-hour break from the real world both kids and adults would love.
Catch a tail by the tiger, take the horns by the bull.
Number 2. Sesame Street. Need proof of this show's influence? A 1996 study revealed that 95% of American preschoolers had seen it before age 3. Sesame Street pioneered the type of fast-paced, musical, and funny educational children's programming that's become mainstream. Today, anyone with a TV knows wacky Muppets like Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, Snuffy, Grover, Bert and Ernie, and Elmo, who teach children about things like basic math, grammar, etiquette, and geography, as well as multiculturalism and feminism.
Just look around you, it's easy to see there's nothing we women can't be.
As a result, this classic series has been going strong since 1969, and we wouldn't be surprised if it was educating youngsters for generations to come.
Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Bo-bo-bo-dee-o.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
And starting as I must at the start, let me show you fate through the round of this ring.
Oh, it's great to scratch a flea. It's great to scratch a flea.
Clean up all the pots and pans and wash every cup.
Clean it up, have some fun and clean it up.
Number 1. The Muppet Show.
Didn't you like my last joke?
Yes, if you promise it's your last joke.
Sometimes surreal, sometimes slapsticky, but always hilarious. This is the series that represents everything we love about the Muppets. A variety show in the truest sense. The Muppet Show was Jim Henson's attempt to prove he wasn't just a children's entertainer.
You're gonna feel right at home around here.
With help from Muppets both old and new, as well as celebrity hosts, Henson achieved his goal by producing an all-singing, all-dancing series that appealed to all members of the family. The perfect balance of edgy self-awareness and goofy humor. The Muppet Show made Jim Henson and his puppet creations household names, setting the tone for the Muppetational future of kids' entertainment.
This is what we call the Muppet Show.
with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.